Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Heart of New York show. I'm very excited today because I got my good friend Anthony Blaszka on. And why is he so different? Why is he so special? Well, let me tell you, I met this man several years ago, okay? And I'm very open about my recovery. By the grace of God, I'm sober 35 years. And I met a fellow brother also in recovery, and it's Anthony. And what makes him so special is that over a period of time, I always look around and I see how people are being touched by other people and how people in recovery help people and pass it on. And so Anthony has a special gift. He has a gift of singing. And so he sings about recovery, about the power of God in his life, and that can be in your life. If you're going through a difficult time, if you're going through any type of addiction, you got to hear the words of these songs. They're powerful, they're helpful, they'll make you grow and feel better. And that's what he does. He passes it on. And it's a beautiful thing. He's the singer for recovery.
I woke up this morning needing to change my ways. I'm tired of living in all my yesterdays. God, please come help me from all the shame and the guilt from my past, so I can feel free at last. Then God sent me you. Why, I knew from the start that you were meant for me. He made you beautiful and strong for me, a lovely woman who would only love but me. And I just wanna say I love him and every little bit of you. And I thank you for just being you. Oh, every breath that I take is 'cause of you. Oh, through all my mistakes, you stay true. Oh, and there's no question, for all that I've been through, it was painful till God brought me you. And man, I'm thankful for you loving me, for all of the moments I was blind to see. Then God sent me you. Why, I knew from the start that you were meant for me. He made you beautiful and strong for me, a lovely woman who would only love but me. And I just wanna say I love him and every little bit of you. And I thank you for just being you. I love him and every little bit of you. And I thank you for just being you. Then God sent me you. I love him and every little bit of you. I love him. I love him for thanking you for helping me to change my ways.
And that's what you heard. It's about recovery. I could really honestly say that everyone in this world is in recovery. So that's why everyone in the world's got to hear what this man has to say, the words to his song. Welcome, Anthony.
Thank you.
Well, tell the people. It's so good that you can come. That your songs that you sang are inspiring and helpful. How did this all get started? You're also been in the Marines. So we're talking to a tough guy here. Tough guy with a gentle, giving, thoughtful heart. Let everybody out there, let them know how you got this.
Well, hello, everyone. My name is Anthony, and yes, I was in the Marine Corps, a Vietnam veteran. And, after I got out of the Marine Corps, I also, I drank a lot to try to hide things, and then one thing led to another to where I just couldn't stop drinking anymore. My life was in shambles. I got in a lot of trouble. And I just continued doing the same things. And today I celebrate over 10 and a half years of sobriety. And it took a lot of work. I suffer from PTSD. I've been in 3 different institutions with the VA. And I had to learn to take suggestions and keep an open mind. There's things that they wanted me to do that I didn't think I was able to do, but I had to try something different because my way just didn't work. I turned away from God, because I couldn't be a hypocrite, pray to God with all the bad things that I was doing. But there's one thing that I always loved to do, and that was to sing. Most of my singing was in the shower, and my family would tell me to shut up, But I always wanted to sing ever since I was a little kid, and I asked my mom that I could go for singing lessons, and she said, there's too many singers out there, take up saxophone. I learned how to play a song on saxophone, and then I quit. To make a long story short, I was locked in my room for a long time. I isolated. I didn't really have any kind of social life for a very long time. I lost all my friends. And just recently, about 2 years ago, my wife got me to join this, I don't want to say the name, but this club. And I had to they had to do a check on me and stuff to accept me. And so I go there on Fridays and Saturdays, and they do karaoke, because I like to sing. And I was sitting there one day, and I sang a couple songs, and after a couple weeks, I met this guy. His name's Serge. He's a singer and a songwriter. And he said to me, he says, I heard you sing, and you sing a lot of cover songs. He says, why don't you write your own song? And that was always in the back of my mind. That was always a dream, but I was like, man, I'm not a writer, He says, well, I'm going on vacation. He said, write something down and give it to me when I get back. He says, I could help you out with it. And he says, I know a couple producers. If I wasn't in sobriety, I would have never met these people, And so he went away, for a week or 2 weeks, came back. I gave him a song. It only took me 3 days to write the song because I wrote my life story. And that's the first song, Change My Ways, That's how I live my life every day. And he talked to a producer. It's very hard to get somebody to produce your stuff. And he told the producer, his name's Arsenio Rodriguez, Artie's Productions out of Bronx, New York. He told him my story, being a veteran and stuff, and the life that I lived. And Artie said, yeah, give him a shot. I'll give him a shot. Bring him in. And that's how I did my first recording. And it's all been uphill after that, And then my second recording, the song you just heard, Memories. But what I want to say is I was on this show, I believe, last year. And Angela and Pete heard me do a song a cappella, and he asked me if I come back next year that they want me to sing. And I was like, yeah, okay, I could do that. But I was going to sing a gospel song by Elvis Presley. I had no ideas about writing a song or doing it. That's how God works in my life. He put people in my life that made things that would be impossible possible, And today I'm very grateful, and I just want to mention, I was watching a segment before this with Pastor Dan, and it's amazing how God works, because you had 2 guys that worked in Wall Street, and then, Pastor Dan's been all over the world as a pastor, and here's me, the kid that's nothing but in trouble, really living a bad life, and I was shocked. I was overwhelmed. My daughter's with me today, but I was overwhelmed because I was like, I'm in the same room as these 2 guys. And so, the pastor said that God loves all of us. It doesn't matter where we came from. As long as we're willing to accept him and to do his will, everything will work out and miracles can happen. Today I am a miracle. You know, things are happening in my life. I'm back on this show. You know, I got to sing 2 songs that's going to go public on TV. My dreams came true, you know. As far as right now, today, I'm a very successful person, you know. I'm not looking for nothing. And the songs that I sing, I hope people out in recovery, because I know there's a lot of us out there that will listen to the song, you know, because God has changed my life, you know. And with the help of my wife that's mentioned in my song, she stuck through me through thick and thin. I mean, I put that woman through hell, but she stayed by me. She always believed in me. And I'm very, very, very grateful to have a woman like that in my life. And God made it all possible. But then the feelings that you have growing up, they don't leave, you know. And the way that I express myself, I have a hard way of expressing myself to people, showing my emotions. I could only do that through music. And that's what makes me whole. Thank you.
I tell you, Tony's an inspiration to me. I met him in one of our meetings, but when I go to meetings, I observe on everybody, because what they have to say, I believe, helps keep me sober. Now, Tony needs to take some credit because he works a program we both belong to, but he works it from his heart. He's a giver. He's sincere. And I listen very carefully when he has something to say. And I hope you do the same thing, especially...
It's been so long since we've been apart. It makes it hard on me to live with all this pain within my heart. And no matter what I try to do, girl, the love that I feel for you will never die. So tell me, girl, what am I living for? So please, please give me more. So much more than these memories I have of you. Please, please give me more. So much more than these memories I still hold on to. Could it been something that I might have said to make you feel the way you do? Or did you find somebody new? I guess I'll never really know the truth. But remember, you will never find, girl, anyone to love you like I do. You blow my mind. I'm waiting. I pray you'll come back to me. So please, please give me more. So much more than these memories I have of you. Please, please give me more. So much more than these memories I still hold on to. Ooh, I just gotta let you know, gotta let you know. So please, please give me more, give me more. So much more than these, so much more than these memories I have of you. Please, please give me more, give me more. So much more than these memories I still hold on to.
See, it doesn't matter where we are, the prestige. It doesn't matter that I've been in Wall Street many years, and the previous show he was talking about, Pastor Dan Stratton, was in Wall Street also. It doesn't make a difference. What makes a difference is the power of God working in your life and how he can change your life, how he could put the right people, the right places, the right things in your path, which is what he's done with Tony, a.k.a. Anthony. I love this man. Listen to his words. But the thing is, it's not all peaches and cream and flowers and roses. and he has to agree with it. It's all about getting through this life where there's nothing but trials and tribulations and all kinds of stuff that can prevent you from doing what you're supposed to do, what you're called to do. And he's called to sing. He's a singer for recovery. Anthony does this. He passes it on, and he does it from his heart. And he touches people, and it helps people, and it's a beautiful thing. And what you've done to many people that I have observed over the years has been a truly inspiration, Anthony. You're inspiring. You work the program. And most importantly, what I'm really, really enthused about and impressed about is he does what God's called him to do. But what I want you to do, I want you to tell people, say, hey, you got to go through heavy-duty problems just like we all do. What is it that inspires you? Okay, I know it's God that inspires you to write the music, but how do you go? Let them know the lifeline you're getting and how when you go through a difficulty, you go through a problem, you go through it, you'll write music, you'll go talk to someone about it. What makes you tick? What's the steps that Tony take that you could tell people out there what they could do? Give them like a track to run on.
Well, like I said before, I had to have an open mind and a willingness to change. I had to do that. My way just didn't work anymore. And, I just want to mention one thing. I was at a meeting the other day. A lot of people, they share about problems, or they share about different things, or, how they're doing today in life. And I raised my hand and I shared, and I says, what I want to share about is I want to share about God and what God has done for me and what he would do for anybody else that ask him to truly believe in him, because it's like Peter just said something, but it's not about me. I believe that I'm just an instrument that God's using to show people that he could take somebody that's from way down on the bottom of the pit and bring them up and to be somebody, to be loving and caring, turning the other cheek, so to speak. Like when I'm driving in my car and stuff, I have to constantly think of God, how to act. Because once I forget about God, I'm running on my own self-will, and that's very dangerous for me to be in. I always have to think of God and what's the right thing for me to do. If somebody's riding on my back, in the car, if somebody's beeping the horn, if somebody's doing something stupid to me, I got to remember what God would want me to do, and that's really to do nothing, just to walk away. And it's not easy, but after a while, from doing it day in and day out, it does get easier, and you just find a different way. I was at a meeting yesterday, and chaos broke out, and there was this one woman. She was ranting and raving, and I was actually getting sick to my stomach because I was like, I don't want no part of this stuff. I used to feed off of stuff like that, And today, I just don't want no part. I want to be free. I'm free. I have peace and serenity within me that God has given me. And the only thing that I could suggest for people to do is that it works. A person would have to give up their old ideas, like the way that I thought and the way it was really, really bad. And today I'm the way that I believe that God wants me to be, a good human being, just to do the right things in life. And I pray, I heard that pastor speak, and I hear some people say, oh, I pray for this and I pray for that person, but I don't pray nothing for me. And then I'll say, I do a lot of praying for me. I ask him to help me with my singing, to help me to perform well, that people enjoy in what I'm doing. I need his help. Every night when I go to bed, I ask him for help with my singing. You think I think he knows me by now, but I got to keep asking. I got to keep asking so I could receive, Because sometimes I could be weak in thinking that, like Peter and his wife, Angela, oh, you sound great, you sound great. Sometimes I don't think I do, I don't believe in myself. I had such low self-esteem. And some of them things are still with me. Don't get me wrong, I'm not cured. I still have a lot of problems, but I go for help. I get personal help. I go to other programs, with my PTSD. 2 weeks ago, I was locked in my room for almost 2 weeks, but I've learned to get out of it, that this too shall pass. It's not forever. It's a part of life, And then some things could be very simple. It's the change of the seasons. November, December, January, there's no sun. I get nasty. You know what I mean? I need some sunshine in my life. But like I said, this too shall pass. So it's only stages that I go through that I know it's not going to last. Before, I stayed there. I stayed there all the time. And I got a wife that understands me, that I'm really grateful to have. And life is good today. I'm grateful for Peter and his wife to ask me again to come on the show. Where else would I mean, not just where else, like, to be on a TV show to sing songs is like just unheard of, you know? And my wife said something to me today when I was leaving. She goes, Tone, I'm very proud of you. I mean, that's all I need, you know what I mean? Confidence like that from my wife, you know, how she feels about me. That's great feelings, because she wasn't always feeling too good about me. Thanks.
Well, you see, you said a lot of really inspiring things there, and important things. Anthony, you said something about basically what you're doing is following God's instructions. Mm-hmm. Now, I think I could safely say that He is also empowering you to do these things, to help reach out and help people. Now you're the singer for Recovery. So now He's given you a special gift to pass it on to people in a way that they can understand it, in a way that they can encourage themselves by just hearing your music. That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. And you mentioned a lot. Another thing you mentioned is about, as I say, you're going through the valleys. Mm-hmm. When we go through the valleys, you were saying, being an ex-Marine, which
Former.
Or
never ex.
You're never ex. I was going to correct myself, and that's an honor. But I could only imagine people that haven't gone through some of the things that you've gone through can't not understand that unless they have gone through it themselves. But yet, you go through it. You trust in that power of God, the greater than ourselves, that is a God of restoration. Mm-hmm. Not as only is He a God of restoration, He's a God that will pull out the best in you. He'll pull out the gift that He's given you specially. He's given each and every one of us a gift. Just like He gave, I can't sing. I can't sing at all. But He has a gift for it. He's a blessing in recovery. He's a blessing in songs. God's given him the words to write with, to reach out to people like you that need it. So if you're hurting out there and you are going through the worst time of your life, when you hit rock bottom and then all of a sudden you realize there's a trap door and you go further down. And then you realize there's another trap door, and you go further down. And yet, you're praying. You're hearing Anthony's music. You're trying to get inspired, and all of a sudden, things are getting worse. You just keep on going. Right, Anthony?
Yes.
You keep on moving forward. Don't stop believing in the power of God in your life. That's the key. That's what He's been talking about from the beginning. And so, you get to that point. What do you got to do now? Well, He's doing it. He's passing it on. That's the key. I have a saying, if you don't use it, you lose it, right? But He's doing it. He's doing the works that God has given Him to do. And He's passing it on. So, if you're hurting, what can the person that I just spoke about out there that has gone through devastation, they're losing their family, they're losing everything they got, Anthony, and they just don't know what can you give them? In closing, what can you tell the people out there that are in complete devastation and they want to stop whatever they're doing in their addiction, other than what we do for our thing? What advice can you give them right now? What kind of hope can you pass on to them?
Well, what I could say is, here today, you have, like a lot of times, people won't believe what they hear or what they see. They say, oh, that's a bunch of crap. But it's not a bunch of crap. You have to listen to what people that like myself, like Peter, Pastor Dan, you know, we all had something in our backgrounds that, let me just talk about myself. I was a terrible person. You know, how is God going to bless me? You know, and what I tell a lot of people was, you know, God has blessed me this way. You don't know what he has in store for you. It could be a lot better than what I have. You know, it could be 10 times better than what I have. But I'm happy what he did, because what I got in my life is what I always wanted my whole life, was to be a singer and for people to hear my music. Without God, that would have never happened. If I was drinking, that would always just be one of them fake thoughts that you have in your head. Oh, I'm going to be this one day, you know? And you have to believe it. You have to really, really want help. Reach out, trust people when they're trying to help you, because, you know, you can go someplace and you talk to people and you say, but I don't really know that person. How do I trust that person? You know, that first guy the guy Serge with my first song, he gave me how much money it's going to cost, right? Now, God put him in my life because this guy's a singer and a songwriter, and he's talking to me. So I gave him the money. I said, okay, if he rips me off, I learn a lesson. But if I don't take that chance and trust in people and what they're telling me, I'll never get anywhere. And so I had to take the chance, you know? And it all, you know, when God puts people, I know when God puts somebody in my life, because it's genuine. It's a genuine person that's talking to me. And if they take advantage of me, oh, well, I learned a lesson, you know? But
That's wonderful, Tony. That's wonderful. You see, that's the key right now. You have to just trust God, right? Right, Anthony? Just trust God. Follow his direction. He'll tell you what to do, where to go, who to speak with. But ask him. Nothing, and I'm going to leave you with this. Nothing is that bad that a drink or a drug will make worse. Okay? Trust in God. Take that step. Don't stop believing. And don't forget the verse from the Holy Scripture. With God, all things are possible.
amen.
All right. Anthony, can you just sing a couple of bars of inspiration to end the show?
Peace in the valley. Oh, well, I'm tired and so weary, but I must go along till the Lord comes and calls me away. Oh, yeah. Well, the mornings ain't so bright, and the Lamb is the light, and the night is as black as the sea. Oh, yeah. Oh, there will be peace in the valley for me someday. Oh, there will be peace in the valley for me. Oh, Lord, I pray.
Excellent. Okay, love.
You only told me to do a little bit.
Thank you all for watching. God bless. We'll see you next time.